Gibt's hier was? Hier hinten vielleicht? Schon wieder ein Roboterarm. Wir können aber auch nicht aufheben oder so. Ja.
As I walk, I wonder what I will find at the top of the mountain of fire. I have only heard of the genie in stories and have never seen it myself. I feel awe, and with it, more than a little fear. Can there be reverence without fear? Awe without mystery? We seek answers but resist them when they threaten the notions we feel. Often, we prefer to dwell in the dreams of the heart than in the truth of the mind. The genie has power, this much I know.
Verarscht etwa das Spiel, Thorsten?
Life, out of balance. I remember the miller's words. Is it our nature to think ourselves somehow separate from all other things? We do seem to perceive in extremes, light or dark, good or bad, happy or sad. When we follow any extreme path, life falls out of balance and we become grotesque caricatures of ourselves. Inside we become like a pregnant goblin, forever travailing but never giving birth. Empty vessels obsessed with fullness.
Erzählt sie gerade ich von einem schwangeren Goblin? Oder habe ich mich verhört? Momo, übersetz
Perhaps
mal.
our true nature is neither extreme. Path and a life in balance is the middle path. But where is this middle path? I have not seen or heard it, though I cry out, "Hello!" in the unpopulated wilds. I seem to be alone. I want to give an opportunity to someone who has followed me secretly, a chance to walk with me. But it seems unlikely as chickens that swim for anyone to change the path they have chosen.
Hello. Okay. Hello. Süß. Ich sehe in der Entfernung aber so eine riesen Drachenstatue, ne? Da hinten. Auf die wir scheinbar zulaufen. Oder ist das vielleicht ein Engel und kein Drache? Boah, der Regen hört endlich auf.
I dreamed of a brightly colored carnival that came to the village. A dark storm threatened on the horizon, and the winds battered the tents and streamers. A hawker in a top hat cried out from a grandstand, "Come one, come all, test your wits and guile in the house of mystery. Adventure or horror, it is up to you. A game of $60 for the majestic audience." Lines of people with blank eyes, starved wide, filed in slow procession into the tent.
Und plötzlich Ruhe. Ein Sturm bricht ein. Oh, was ist das denn? Okay.
There are those who simply never choose a path. They know that neither extreme is balanced, but they cannot find the middle path, and so they become frozen in a stasis of indecision. Distracted by anything and following the whims of the day, they seek to fill the emptiness with any passing fancy.
Huch! Oh mein Gott.
They too seek the genie, but they do not know why, and so become lost. Even with unmoving eyes they see me. They would eat me alive if they could.
Der ist nicht versteinert. Der auch nicht. Okay. Schalalala. Ich laufe einfach mal weiter. Ist ein bisschen komisch. Folgen mir aber nicht. Boah, ich mag das nicht, wenn keine Musik an ist, dann ist es so übel leise, ne? Richtig, richtig leise. Okay.
Though I have not seen much life along this path, I look for it. I thought I saw a stag out the corner of my eye, fleet-footed into the forest. Or perhaps it was just a memory rising to the surface. I remember walking idly through the forest one day, simply enjoying the green scent of the air and the singing of the birds, when my idyll was disrupted by a crashing through the trees. It was a stag that seemed frightened and injured, as its legs buckled beneath it, and it fell to the ground at my feet. I could see that it was shot through with an arrow. I recognized the work of the Fletcher from our village. His shot was not true, and I wondered how far the stag had run before collapsing. How long had his fear and pain been drawn out? His chest heaved with struggling breath. He fought to breathe his last. I knelt and lay his muzzle in my lap. I stroked his fur and lied to him in whispers that it was okay. It would be better. His eyes seemed to plead with me. He did not want to die, but could not live any longer. Then, a final exhalation, a susursus of blood-flecked air from his steaming muzzle, and he was still. Silence blanketed the world, broken only by my sobs. Why did I have to witness this? Why did I have to be the one?
Ich verstehe immer noch nicht so richtig, was es mit diesen Roboterhänden auf sich haben soll. Weil wir finden irgendwie nur Roboterhände, ne? Oder sagen wir mal eher Arme. Momo, wo sind die Brotkrumen? Ah, da fliegt der Drache.
Where the heck is this thingy?
Das ist aber
I
ein
have
komischer
held the
Vogelkopf.
dying in my arms and whispered them to better worlds. Worlds that I no longer believe exist. That moment, I was changed forever. Something shattered in my heart and was forever lost. There could be no gods that allowed this. There could be no magical place, free from pain and suffering, to
Du
greet
bist
us
schon so ein
after death.
Dinosaurier.
The shamans were fools, feeding lies to the people to keep them placated.
Tatsächlich hast du Trolle, schwangere Goblins und einen Drachen verpasst, Thorsten. Musst du dir anschauen, dann kannst du es dir angucken. Nee, 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 nee. Ich glaube, wir laufen
Such
eh gerade
lies
zum
are
Drachen.
not only false, but cruel. It makes people go through their lives in apathy, in expectancy of something better to come. It lessens the value of this life, this one brief and shining moment of light tucked between the twin expanses of infinite nothing. We squander our lives as if in rehearsal. We wait and hope as the unretrievable moments slip by. I know now, faith is the cruelest lie.
Jetzt zur Hefe.
Let the sky itself fall and the world be
Über ein
broken.
Herz.
What do they care?
Fuck.
Those that live in hopeful expectancy of death's dream kingdom. They are empty, ciphers without any knowledge other than what is given to them. They amble about the world in apathy and love it not. The truth is, the only thing that they love is themselves. They believe what they want to believe for fear of death, for fear of the knowledge that life ends.
Es kommt aber immer dann, wenn man so gar nicht damit rechnet, ne?
They have found in their faith a loophole, a way out of the truth, thinking they will cheat death itself, or that death is simply not real. It is only a transition, a relocation of some imaginary life-bearing magic that animates them. In blissful ignorance, they willfully blind themselves to the truth. Even as the world tears itself apart, they would rejoice and smile in glee. There is much in it that angers me. Let's jump across the gap.
Wow, auf einmal wird es voll schnell, weißt du? Exi. Springt die denn hier vorne so schnell? Verstehe ich nicht. Langsam springen kann ich aber auch nicht, ne? Ne, ich kann nicht wirklich langsam springen. Entweder nur schnell oder zu langsam. Crazy. Crazy. Das ist wieder ein dein Dinosauriervogel, Kopfchen.
Having once believed, they can never again learn otherwise. Their faith is the end of knowledge. They don't want answers, thinking they have them all already. If you doubt them or ask them to reconsider their belief, they will be angry and hate you. You will be wicked in their eyes, and they will violently defend their faith. I cannot face them again and wish only for a dark place to huddle and hide away from such madness.
Oh, oh, Momo, seine Pilze sind nicht da.
I remember, or was it a dream? I remember when the first plumes of fire smoke rose in vitriolic deltas, like inky rivers of decay, and flowing straight up to the last oceans of clean blue. I remember padding quietly, haunches covered in pelts, when all the world stretched forth to my desire. I remember rising from caves where we had huddled for warmth, and I wondered, who shall lay bounds before me this bright morning?
Du meinst fresh.
I remember when cities were planted and swords yanked in living roots from the tender gums of crystalline caves. When the dread smith bellowed his forge in volcanic violence. Andirons red raw with a new lust that gleams on sweating brows. Black pupils, the augury of eyes too long acquainted with muck. The shining eyes of a people familiar with black alluvium scooped in eddies from early spring monsoons. I remember a time when calendars and lunar travailing were discerned in coiling mandalas, breathing stars born in calculations on the wake of deluge. When you gazed overlong on the bones, dipped glad hands in steaming viscera of bulls, eager at the searing ides of day. I remember the sun was with us when we fed entrails on altars of horn to thunder itself, when the grim sky required obeisance, burning sweetly to him the incense of slaughter. I remember the supplications of trusted mares on cut stone, slabbed in blood grooves, metallic the scent of stallions sweating, fierce the mad flaring, the pounding of pent grass to powder. Being such as we are, we took no notice of our falling. Being afraid, we ground angel bone to paste, meal and mortar for the new dispensation. I remember the wind requires etiquette, specific manners, and, do not doubt it, hygiene. Here, hunger matters. When tablets of law are cut from rocks recently forbidden, it was said that they give meaning to dreams and cast out the dread of stark, gaping oblivion. I remember when springs emerged in the desert to unbind the new colt's eyes, when monks of every robe gather prone in the seedless crucible, tears burning on upturned faces, groaning in song, a resonating mantra of living prayer forms. Here, thirst matters.
Also cool sieht's ja aus.